one more set of problems to work through together. Let's get started. We need to subtract 5 1/8 minus 3 3/8. As I look at this, I see that my fractional pieces in 5 1/8 are less than my fractional pieces in 3 3/8. So just like in regular subtraction, I'm going to need to regroup. And how I'm going to do that with mixed numbers is I'm going to rename that. So I know that 5 1/8 is equivalent or also equal to 4 and 8/8. Okay, so now that I have my equivalent fraction for 5, I'm not done yet because I still have this 1/8 piece. So I'm going to need to add that to that. So 4 and 8/8 plus 1/8. Write that in there. What do we get when we add those together? 4 and 9/8. Awesome. All right, I'm just going to quickly rewrite that so that I'm ready to solve. All right, we are all set. Let's subtract our fractional pieces first. 9 minus 3 is 6. Good job. And you know that my denominator is going to be 8. And when I subtract my wholes, 4 minus 3 is 1. Now I could stop there, but I could also rename this fraction to a smaller fraction. I can rename it as 1 and... what do you think? 3/4. I agree, because I can divide both my 6 and my 8 by 2. All right, great thinking. Let's try one more problem. All right, let's try another problem. 7 minus 2 and 1/3. The first strategy we're going to try to, okay, here's our next problem. 7 minus 2 and 1/3. So we're going to use our number line as our first strategy to solve. So let's start at 7. Okay, here we go. We're at 7. Now we're going to subtract our whole numbers. So we're going to subtract 2. So 1 hop to 6, another hop to 5. So we subtracted 2. Now we need to subtract 1/3. I see on my number line that it's broken up by thirds. So 1/3 would give me 4 and 2/3. I could also think backwards and count in my head. So if I was at 5, I know that I would get 3/3 and then 2/3 and then 1/3. So that makes sense to me that my answer would be 4 and 2/3. All right, we're going to try that same problem, but using our renaming strategy. So we know that we have no fractional pieces when we look to subtract 7, and we can't take 1/3 from nothing. So we need to rename our 7. Can you remind me what I would rename 7 as to have fractional pieces? You said 6 3/3. Man, you really are some math wizards. Great thinking. Okay, so I have 6 3/3. I don't need to add anything because there were no fractional pieces to begin with. So I'm just going to rewrite 2 and 1/3, and then we can start subtracting. All right, you know the drill. Let's start with our fractional pieces. 3 minus 1 is 2/3. 3/3 minus 1/3 is 2/3. 6 minus 2 is 4. Awesome. So we got the same answer we did in our previous strategy where we use the number line. Either option works. It just is whatever makes more sense to you. Great job persevering today.